Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I am your host, Miss Sabrina Soul, and I have my amazing co-host beside me, who is Tyrone at Ty Wilson 21. You guys do remember him? He was on Ready to Love DC with me, right next to me. And yeah, we are back tonight for Ready to Love Miami, and we're doing something a little bit different tonight, okay? Normally, you guys know on Mondays, I do have my my panel reviews. But I said, you know what? Let me try something different. Because to be honest with you, I'm going to keep it 100. Y'all know I always keep it 100. Part 2 of the reunion, I was like, I don't even know if I even feel like talking about part 2, to be honest with you. I'm going to keep it 100. I was like, I'm not really feeling like I want to. Yeah, but either way, we're going to have that on Thursday. We're going to talk about it. But tonight, because I knew y'all were going to be waiting, I said I'm going to bring them something extra special, bring you guys something extra special. I have a meet and greet. This is our very first meet and greet, the castmates. So we are here for you and you guys are here for us. I'm going to give you the opportunity to hop on the screen with us, meet Randall, meet Calvin from Ready to Love Miami, ask them questions, show fan love, make sure you keep it positive, make sure still come with your questions, still come with your hard questions, okay? But definitely keep it positive, and we're just going to have a great time tonight. All right, guys. So the link is pinned in the comment section. It is pinned at the top. Just make sure you click that so you can join us on the screen. Make sure that you're presentable and you don't be with no okie doke stuff, because I will hang up on you. Anyway, let's get started. Let's go around the room. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves, and then we'll go ahead and move forward.
Oh, what's going on, everyone? I am Tyrone E. Wilson from Ready to Love DC. You all know me. You can find me at Ty Wilson 21. Let's get it.
Okay, I'm Randall Scott from Ready to Love Miami. You can find me on social media at King Randall 31. I'm just happy to be here.
I'm Calvin Garvey from Ready to Love Miami. Short time there. You can find me at Calvin_King_Garvey. I'm ready.
All right. And just to let you guys know, just to let you know, Calvin, just because your time was short, it does not mean that your presence was not missed, honey. Because the ones that didn't remember you, they definitely want to know who you are right now, okay? Shout out to 24 of you that are in my chat right now. I would so greatly appreciate it if you have not yet hit that thumbs up. If you have not subscribed here, we would love for you to join the Seoul Mate family over here. And make sure you comment down below if you're watching the replay and let me know how you like this live thus far. All right, so I have a caller down at the bottom. I am going to link you in. Like I said, you need to be here for Randall and Calvin. If you are not here for Randall and Calvin, you will not come on the screen. And I'll know that you're not here because I can see you down here, guys. I can see you. So I am getting ready to add Miss Shirley. Miss Shirley Morel. Are you there? You there? You got 5.
Come on, Shirley.
4. 3. 2. 1. You were not ready, Shirley. All right.
Come back, Shirley.
Nancy Robertson says, hey, guys. Miss Demita Joe, one of my soulmates and one of my panelists, says, hey, Sabrina, Ty, Randall, and Calvin. Auntie Eva says, good evening, Sabrina, Ty, and guest. Auntie Eva is also a soulmate. Ty is showing love. What's going on, SJ? She says, good evening. Susan Bibb says, hey, guys. All right, so I got some questions. Tyrone, would you like to go first?
Yeah, let's start with Calvin.
Okay.
What's good with you, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Happy to be here. That's
good. So everybody wants to know where you at. What's your status right now?
Let's just say this. I'm preparing myself for my queen.
Okay. So you're open. Yes. You're ready.
Yes.
Taking applications.
Yes. I'm not out there. I'm not out there searching. I'm not out there, at different spots. Whatever comes to me, I'm just preparing myself for whatever God has for me.
What's dating normally like for you? Do you find it difficult? Do you find it easy?
I'm from New York. So dating in Florida and Miami is different. It's a totally different element. I felt like I was meeting the same type of woman, and everyone looked the same, talked the same, dressed the same. So it was challenging trying to find somebody different.
So I hear that a lot, like, but then I also say, like, it's also up to you as well, right? Like, how many of the different locations have you been going to try to meet the women?
True. No, I agree. At the end of the day, the common denominator is me. So it isn't really, there's a lot of different fruits on the tree. So if I'm picking a bad fruit, then it's really the person that's picking the bad fruit. So, so that's why I said I'm preparing myself, trying to find, hence the reason why I tried to go on Ready to Love. I tried to do something different, tried to get out of my element, my comfort zone. Unfortunately, I didn't get an opportunity to, go through the journey. But, I just tried to do something different.
All right. So I like to do things different too. So instead of focusing on the good, like, what are some of your turnoffs? Like, what are some of your non-negotiables?
The one thing I will say, and it just goes through all around the board, is I really need a woman to love herself, right? If she loves herself, I can't love something that you don't love. So I just kind of need her to love herself, because if she loves herself, she'll know how to love me.
Okay.
So those are the things I really focus on. Someone that loves themselves, values themselves, knows what they want out of life, go after it, consistent, determined, all of those things I guess a lot of us is looking for, but not just saying it, but doing it.
Okay. I got two more quick questions. Have you wilded out before? Like, straight up, like, have you had a whole stage?
Good question.
Wow. I don't know if they have videos to show that. So since there's no video,
okay. I just feel like it's important, man. I feel like it's important.
I have.
So you don't feel like you're missing out.
I had moments where, back in the days, yeah, that's what I'm gonna stick with. Back in the days, I've had moments where I was just reckless.
Okay,
reckless.
It happens. Yeah. So, last question, like, would you consider yourself healed, right? And then there's probably a follow-up question, like, what was I gonna say? And what did you learn about yourself, in this process?
I'm still in the process. I will never say I'm there, because that means I'm not evolving. So I'm always trying to find something to work on, something to get better at. The one thing I know I had to work on just within myself was my patience. Because when I wanted something, I wanted it. And that was just it. There was no, and then with not having patience, I was picking the wrong people or destroying situations because I wanted what I wanted when I wanted it. So, and then in addition to that, I had to be patient with the people I was dealing with, because I needed them to be patient with me.
Okay. Let me be cool.
So Kiki wants to know, Calvin, what is your take on Kayla?
Oh, whoa. Wow. Okay. Kayla's a beautiful woman. And she wanted what she wanted. She wanted what she wanted, and she was determined to go after what she wanted. And that's the one thing I got a chance, again, I got a chance to just see that on the screen. So Kayla wanted what she wanted, and she went after what she wanted. And, I can't be mad at it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I have a caller backstage. He has been waiting. Colton's room. I'm about to put you on the screen, yo. Okay. If you for the stuff, I'm knocking you out. All right. Cause you looking real suspect, bro. Like, for real.
Sabrina.
Colton room. What's going on? What's going on? What you got to say? You got something to say to Calvin and Randall? You want to talk to them? You got 5, 4, 3, 2. Next caller. All right. So he's kicked out now.
Yeah, we're
all
not.
Right.
I mean,
say it again.
No, I was gonna say I could keep going, but We can ease into that.
I think
this is the easy part.
Exactly. You know? This is the beginning. Hey, what's up? It's 45 of you in the chat. It's only 24 thumbs up. I would so greatly appreciate it if you take a second and put your thumbs up for me. Hit that thumbs up for me. Oh, one more question. Not one more question, but there is a comment. Verna Reed says April would be a good queen for you, Calvin. Have you thought about pursuing April? I think she's so freaking gorgeous. How old are you, by the way, Calvin?
46. Yes.
Okay.
Me and April are actually in contact. We have each other's phone number. We speak often, and similar, just to follow up on what you said. Yes, April is a beautiful woman inside and out. So we have, we're friends, and we do get a chance to talk a lot about a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Calvin, why did your last relationship end?
We was just different. What I wanted and what she wanted was we had the same ideas, but we went at it differently. And unfortunately, I needed to see more action than see words.
Okay.
Fortunately, that wasn't happening.
Okay. Considering you were still on the show, would you have brought her on for the Meet the Exes?
No.
That's a little telling. But we're not going to dig into it.
Let's dig in a second. So we do have another caller up. We have Sapphire. Sapphire, are you there? About to pull you up, okay? Be ready. Sapphire. You got 5.
That does
4
mean 3-syllable minimum, don't it?
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Sapphire. Yeah. So wow, I see Randall is like, you know what? He's like, I'm gonna stay real.
He knows it's coming.
Like, for right now, I'm gonna stay real still because it's coming. It's coming. I know.
The time is coming. The time is coming.
So AK_DLA says it's Calvin from New York or New Jersey, and you actually did just answer that for us. But I think Sapphire's back. You want to go ahead and answer that before we let Sapphire back on the screen?
Yes, I'm from Jamaica, Queens, New York.
Okay. All right, guys, you heard it. Sapphire, you ready? I'm about to let you back on. You only got 5 seconds. Sapphire.
Hello.
Hi, we can hear you loud and clear, and we can see you.
So I stepped away for a moment. Was there a question?
You asked. You the ones.
That's on you, Sapphire. What you got? You got a question for Randall or Calvin?
Right.
Oh, so I did have a question for Calvin. So Calvin, so I know that I've seen previous, videos from you before, and you said that you are single. You're 46. And so I just wanted to know, are kids in your future? Like for your future wife, would you like kids?
If it's in God's plan, yes, I would love to have a kid, but I need a wife first. I always said that I wanted to have my wife first. And if it made sense, then I would like to have kids. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, Sapphire, you got a question for Randall?
Nope, it was just for Calvin.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling. Thanks for coming
in. Thank you.
Thanks, Sapphire. You need to drop that IG in the comments. Randall, you good over there?
I'm chilling.
He like, look. Oh my God. So Lola wants to know, does Calvin have any children?
No, I don't have any kids.
Okay. All right. Sabrina, you're making me nervous. How am I making you nervous?
See?
Oh my gosh. All right. Dana says Randall's face. Dana says you rang, sis. Verna Reed says, love you, Randall, but you should have chosen yourself like Sabrina Soul did on her show. I don't even know if Randall even watched our season. Did you watch what I did at the end? I was about to say, I don't even think he knows. A lot of people, yeah.
Sabrina, what did you do?
It was amazing. No, it was like Oscar worthy.
Wow.
Yeah.
You chose yourself, you said?
Yeah.
Just the words,
you want to kind of
tone,
explain it, Tyrone? What
speech,
happened?
everything. It was just, you know, she was just talking about what she was looking forward to, the journey, what she expected, what she didn't get, and for that reason,
I chose me and my daughter.
Oh, wow. I love it.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
So we have Sapphire back. I guess she was not done. You ready, Sapphire?
This is for you, Randall.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Hi, Sapphire. Oh, I guess she was.
No.
Oh,
All right.
okay. She left the thing. She came back. I thought she wasn't.
Randall, what have you learned
Mm.
about yourself in this process?
Right, AKA.
I'm trying to find the correct words for it. One thing that he mentioned, patience. Definitely got to get better with patience in more than one way. Having patience and acknowledging when I don't like something and then speaking up on it initially instead of letting it drag on a little bit, you know, hoping it's going to get a little better. That's like probably one of the bigger things that I've learned about this process.
Okay. I like that you mentioned that. Have you figured out what your boundaries are?
What my boundaries are. See, the thing is with that, right? My boundaries weren't. It wasn't that I didn't know my boundaries. Okay, so let me start there. My whole position in joining this process was to do everything different. And so I moved to Miami. That was already different. I'm rolling the dice. I've said that like 1,000 times. So normally, when I'm dating, especially back home, you know, as soon as I start saying something, I'm out. I'll let you. Spot on ratio, right? I try not to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not blaming me. I haven't been in a relationship for like 3 years. I supposedly took that time to work on myself, you know, my career, things, my energy to the things that I care about. Coming into this process, I want to do everything totally different than I did when I was at home. So with that being said, I like withstood a lot of things that I normally wouldn't do. So it wasn't that I didn't know my boundaries. It's about me trying to adjust. And I guess I push my boundaries or seeing if it's something I can change about myself. You know, having more patience. Am I able to fight through things that I don't like? It was more about that than anything.
Okay. How did you feel knowing that you were doing things differently? Like, did you feel that feel good doing it different?
It was hard though, to be honest. It was very uncomfortable, but that's been the tagline, you know, being comfortable with being uncomfortable. So just because I feel uncomfortable doesn't mean it's the right route. So let me go ahead and try this out. You know, it's all about doing something different. I can't just jump ship every time I see something bad. Like, it's not gonna get me anywhere, right? I'm just gonna be a bachelor forever. If I'm in this process, I gotta do things absolutely different. I have to be a lot more open than I normally am. So that was pretty much my mindset, like going in, okay, I see this, you know, like I always tell people, when there are red flags with anyone, we pretty much see it, you know, but we choose to ignore it a lot of the times. And pretty much like how things were going, like I was ignoring things I didn't like. And it wasn't that I had to jump ship, I just needed to speak on them a lot earlier than we did.
Okay. This approach that you tried to do differently during the process, are you willing to do that again outside of the process? Or do you feel like you're going to revert back to your original approach?
All the way back, but it's probably like he said, it's an evolving situation, right? So everything is a learning situation. We're supposed to get better every day. And I say that every day, so I can't say that all the time and not live by it. So with that being said, excuse me, it's more so a combination of the two. All right. Okay. What I would do before, what I've learned from this process, and kind of putting it together and figuring out what works for me might be somewhere in the middle, you know? So taking my time is probably going to be the biggest factor in moving forward from this this journey.
Okay. I was going to ask Calvin this question, but I didn't want to dig too deep. But now that we're 20 minutes in and warmed up, I'll just ask both of y'all at the same time. Then whoever feels like answering first can answer first. Are y'all healed right now?
Completely? Nah, not completely. That means I'm perfect too. You know, there's a lot that I need to learn and grow from within this process.
Okay.
For sure, there's a lot of frustration. You know, and I just got out of mine and then relived it. So,
are y'all aware of what's bothering you subconsciously? Have y'all tried to face that head on? I know it's not easy. But
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm kind of been forced. Like everything is right here. It's not leaving. It's not going anywhere. I'm like in the midst of everything. And then now that, you know, we're on television, it's like for the world to see, you know, no matter where I go outside the gym, like as soon as I leave the gym, everything's still right there again. You know, like even today, like I left the club, you know what I'm saying, left my class, came home, I'm right back here. You get what I'm saying? So I'm forced to do it every day.
All right. So I don't mean to. Oh, Calvin, did you answer yet?
Nope. Randall answered it perfectly.
Was the question addressed to you as well? Was it addressed?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You know, just to piggyback off of what Randall said, you know, every day is a process. You know, when you heal something else is going to come up. And like you said, you know, we're not perfect. So at the end of the day, you're always working to evolve. You know, and anybody that says that they're there and they're complete is not evolving.
Facts. Okay. So I don't want to disregard and ignore the chat because that's, you know, we are here. So it is a lot of questions that's kind of going in the chat, and everyone knows, you know, just to let you know, on my channel, please keep it respectful. Make sure you ask your hard questions, but make sure you keep it respectful. And, you know, we're going to have fun tonight. So from my understanding, Kayla was just on Crystal's interview and she was saying some stuff about the things that she was telling you, and someone says, well, what did they say? So Korean drama love her. Parker Bohr _007 asked, just watched her on Crystal's channel. She said that Randall was telling Jamala lies about her. Is that true? Would you like to address that? And also understand, guys, just because that we asked, you can be like, I don't feel like talking about that right now. Like, if you don't want to talk about, you don't have to. We're not going to force you to do anything. You know what I mean? Would you like to address that?
Like a lot of that, I'm not going to, like a lot of that negativity and stuff that's going out there, I'm not going to indulge in it.
Yeah.
So if it's said, I'm just going to leave it there. I haven't acknowledged anything that was said. Like, I'm not going to start now.
Yeah, understood. So Auntie Eva says that she wants to know, what would you guys change about the process?
It was quick.
Look at y'all's face. I'm listening.
I don't know how they can do this, but getting an opportunity to really take time to get to know somebody. The process was very fast. It was like speed dating and everything was happening in real life. And again, I wasn't even there, but just watching it, it was quick, you know, and emotions is evolving and people are going through the process, and it's hard. It's hard to get to know somebody, know yourself, and go through that process so quickly. I don't know how they would change it, but it was a lot going on very fast.
Yeah. What about you, Randall? What would you change about the process?
Man, I don't know. It was a lot. Like being in the midst of it, it was really intense. Everything was so compiled. I guess the control thing, it felt like everything had to be a certain way or done a certain way, at least for me. I feel like I got teetered the line when I say this. I would like the ability to do a lot more things that I wanted. Like when it was time to like move certain ways, I wish I could have did that like straight on and like forget how the process is supposed to be played. So I guess I should say if it was more connected to emotion rather than the process, it would be a lot easier, you know, because once you start feeling this way, then, you know, things should be able to change as you feel.
Absolutely. Agreed. Randall, if today was the start, would you choose the same ladies or pick a different lady? And who would you pick knowing what you know now?
Wow. I live life with no regrets, so I'm gonna leave everything the same as what it was. probably be the same way. Maybe my approach might have been a little different, but no regrets.
Yeah. King Randall, what would your closest friends tell you about what they noticed about you after watching the show?
That I was acting different, which I was talking about a little earlier in this podcast that we're on right now. Definitely carry things a little different. What's crazy is everybody back home, I get a lot of love from back home. I get a whole lot of love from back home. So I even got, you know, from people I used to deal with, like how much I've changed as far as like growth, which is crazy. I wasn't expecting. But, yeah, I got a lot of love from back home.
Good, good. Calvin came in late. Did you pursue anything with April? We've already actually discussed this, but I'm thinking because it's like 110 people now. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, make sure you hit the thumbs up. But it is 110 people in the chat now, double than what it was when I think we first discussed April. So if you'd like, you can go ahead and address it again if you'd like.
Yes, me and April, we exchange numbers. We stay in contact. We speak. We talk. You know, we're friends, and we just stay in contact. So we are building a good friendship, and you know, that's it.
All right. And let you guys know too in the chat, if you would like to join us on the screen, join us live, meet and greet Randall and Calvin. Make sure you click that StreamYard link that is at the top, pinned at the top of the comments, and you can join in live with us. Simone says, are you guys in therapy?
I'm not in therapy, but I do a lot of meditation. I do a lot of praying. So every day is praying and meditation. So that is my therapy.
Yeah, understood. Shintri says Randall definitely should have self-eliminated. Hey, Kojo, what's going on? Kojo says it feels like Randall may need accountability. Calvin wasn't even there. As a matter of fact, let's go back to you, Calvin, real quick. So with you being in the process such a short period of time, because I remember the first time I saw you on screen, I was like, okay, I was like, he's handsome. I was like, you know, he seems very well spoken. And then you were like, yeah, I'm going out the process. I was like, he done went to the show and was like, yeah, ain't nobody here for me, and was like, deuces. He like, I'ma just roll out now. I'ma just self-eliminate, but I'ma say that it's this though. So can you remind everyone like what really happened? Like, I mean, we saw what happened, but can you like explain to us just in just for me too? Because I'm like, what really happened?
Yeah, during the process, no, I did not just remove myself. I didn't do that. I can laugh I can laugh now because thank God everything is good. But there was a family emergency with my mother. So I've got that information and I had to make a quick decision on the fly. And, you know, I made that decision to remove myself. There was an opportunity, you know, I appreciate the show because they gave me an opportunity to take some time to come back. But I wasn't in a good mental space to come back. So I didn't even want to put myself out there. And I didn't think it was fair to any of the ladies as well not to be there mentally, not to be available. And I didn't really want to do that. So I just kept myself off.
Yeah, understood. So Spicy Chocolate says, are either one of you still dating or having conversations with any of the ladies from the show?
The only person I really speak to from the show is April via phone. But everyone else, you know, through Instagram, you know, we get a chance to speak every once in a while.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask that if you stayed in touch with anyone from the show.
Yeah, I got a chance to hang out a couple of times with Randy and everyone else when they had like different, you know, chance to watch the shows and things like that. So that's been fun. So I got a chance to meet everyone or be around them through different settings.
Did we ask the question about who you would have pursued on the show?
That was my next question.
Yeah. Who would you have pursued, Calvin?
And then you can ask your special question, Tyrone, that you asked.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Who would you have pursued?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I really don't know that answer, to be honest with you. Everyone
Okay.
had different. I didn't get a chance to connect with anyone, so it's hard to say that. There was a lot of beautiful people there, beautiful women, but I never got a chance to really connect, to have a conversation with them. Oh, it's only when I really went to the reunion, to be honest with you, and by that time there was a lot of emotions, a lot of different things going on. So, everybody was
Okay.
going through their own process.
Okay. Did you watch the show?
Yes, every episode. Mm-hmm.
Was
I
you
said,
like,
okay.
damn?
I done set myself up for that one, right?
Okay. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
Tyrone, why don't you ask Randall
Yeah.
this question?
Which one?
The one that's on the screen. You can't see it?
Oh, Randall.
I'm gonna ask me though.
Was it strange to hear Jamala say she loved you so soon?
Like, okay, so no. We went through that. We spent a lot of time together. You know what I'm saying? Like we really did a whole lot of time. We talked all the time, FaceTime, a whole bunch of other stuff. So for it to come out on the TV and all that, and everybody talking about it, didn't come from nowhere. All right. With that being said, heard it before it hit the TV screen. Heard that we both did it. So it wasn't just her. So the answer is, nah, it wasn't strange at all. Just how it went.
Oh man.
Go for
it. Kayla interviewed with Koja today, and Ty was right about Kayla. Every interview, she's contradicting herself, and all I can say is, Kayla, make it make sense. She is really something else, a mess. Huh.
So Dolores says, what were you about to say, Ty?
No, about hey, I'm gonna let that go.
Even not even put those.
Yeah. I was getting ready to say, like, we're going to keep
I want to know from Randall, why didn't you seem interested? Is that just your normal, natural, laid back demeanor?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very laid back. I mean, I've talked to y'all a couple times, but what's funny is I talk a lot. You know, especially like in intimate situations, one-on-one situations, I talk a lot. I have a whole lot to talk about. It's a ton of questions, and they cut that. All they have me talking about is how beautiful somebody is, and you know, like I had no control over that. I'm sitting here like I've been an athlete all my life, right? So I already get that stigma, and I have that stigma, you know, the dumb jock thing. So it's like, this is my opportunity to talk. They ain't show none of that unless I'm into the confessionals. That's the only time you hear me like really talk. Like with some type of depth or some type of substance. But it's a reason everyone likes me, right? You know, I didn't just walk around and they just like me because I'm tall. You know, that's kind of impossible. It's like,
no, I'm just joking.
Come on, Sabrina. It's 9 I'm an idiot, and I'm seriously.
Women love height, honey. I'm just joking, though.
I mean, I have to battle, but you know.
Yeah. I'm sure you're a very nice guy.
Another question, Randall, because we had discussed your boundaries earlier, and you understanding what your boundaries are.
Yeah.
Are you afraid to hurt people's feelings when it comes to not sacrificing your boundaries?
So that goes back to what I was saying earlier, right? Normally, I roll out. That roll out, you come back, I still don't want you. I can't go back. I've been through this before. I've seen it, you know? So normally, no. But like going through the process, I'm trying to like foster these relationships. And I personally, I think what got me is like I'm looking at it two ways, right? Like I'm coming down here, I'm in a brand new place. I don't know anyone in this state at all. You get what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it like I'm gonna give these relationships a chance, and I'm also looking at it like, if not relationships, I'm gonna gain friends out of these situations too. So it kind of had me in a situation where, or in my mind was like, okay, I still don't want to like burn any bridges. So I didn't really want to like, I didn't want to hurt people's feelings like that. Like even when I did like some eliminations, it was as soft as possible.
So that makes me want to dig into another question I have.
I mean, that's
so there was a comment that you made in the mansion when you were talking about the other ladies, and you said, "Do they even care?"
Yeah.
Right. So were they giving the impression that that they didn't care? Were they given the impression that they were willing to be a part of the process? Right? Because I'm just trying to understand if you understood that, but then you still don't want to hurt their feelings. So I'm just trying to put two together.
I had moments like, so during this process, I'm going through all the emotions. Like if you really pay attention, in the very beginning, chilling, cool, collected, reserved, I'm laughing. By the time I get to the house, I'm a totally different person. You know, so like my mind is going through this process like in real life, really fast. And now I don't know. There was a moment where I was like, I don't know, like if they trying to pick me or if they're trying to beat each other. Like that was a brief thought. Like I was really there, you know. So definitely had that thought.
So
okay. I mean, I don't know.
What, Ty does not look satisfied in that answer. Did you have a follow-up question?
Yeah. Kind of. So going through the process, did you feel like you were in control the whole time? Like, did anyone aside from, you don't have to say names, but did anyone aside from Jamala explicitly express to you that you were their number one choice?
Yeah.
Shoot, I think a couple of them did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a few. So
yeah, go ahead.
No. I already know you guys. Go ahead.
So, like, were you also accepting that they have a process as well?
Yeah. Where I can say is that how I like began the process was probably wrong. Right, because I put all my energy into Jamala, right, all of it, and we even had like a scare, like with COVID and stuff like that. So our process was a little longer. Like we had to spend an entire week where we just did absolutely nothing. All the shooting and everything was pushed back, so that even give you more time to just sit on the phone and on FaceTime in person. Right? So I kind of got to the point where I realized, and I was told, obviously, that I put all my eggs in the basket and I'm not going through the process, and I need to like foster other relationships.
Yeah. Would you guys do the show again? I know Randall's answered this before, but Calvin, would you do the show again?
No, I wouldn't do it again.
He was on there for 45 seconds. He's like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, man.
I watched the process. I watched everyone go through it. I was at the reunion, and I give my castmates a lot of credit because, yeah.
Calvin was watching TV at the reunion. Yeah. Like,
exactly that.
Man, this was going on.
Yeah, I came in there happy, bubbly, joking, and I watched a lot of different emotions. And so as I'm watching it in real time, I'm like, what? Like, so I was company.
So we got to go back, Randall, because you have mentioned. No, Randall, you have mentioned on multiple occasions that they wanted you to go through the process. They wanted you to go through the process. You were going through the process. Like, did you realize that you didn't have to like go through the process emotionally, right? Because it seemed like there was a little bit of a, I can't think of the word right now, but it just seemed like you were allowing yourself to get attached emotionally as well.
I did.
Right?
Flat out. A lot of the times, there's a lot of stuff that was going on. I wasn't, I can't say that I was upset for myself, but like I'm super attached to Jamala, especially in the very beginning. So a lot of things that I felt like was upsetting her or done to caused her to be upset. Like I would wear that on my face. I would project that. So emotionally, I became real tied in with my emotions.
Right. But then it made me feel like had the process continued and had they put a fourth person there, it seemed like you would have allowed yourself, to get emotionally attached to that fourth person, because it seemed like I know the process makes you like emotionally gooey, right? It makes you emotionally open.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing though, because in all of my dates, if y'all really pay attention, can y'all tell me how many group dates I was on?
I was going to say,
I would say 0.
Yeah.
Right. So everything that I had was a intimate situation, one-on-one, every single one of them. Outside of the brief moment I was at Shirley's house. That's it. There was no group date, no group activities where everybody else got to explore multiple people, none of that. Mine was one-on-one every single time. Now I'm telling myself I'm going to be open, and I'm going in and being open, and I'm having these conversations. Yeah, of course my emotions are going to open up. I didn't get that same process that everybody else got. Like everybody like compares us, like even in the same show, the same cast, my process was a lot different than everybody else's.
Okay, one more. I got one more. With these, where the women on the show have been the same women you would have pursued outside of the show?
I mean, that's a tough one, so I'm going to tell you the same thing. I have no regrets.
Good answer. Good answer.
Maybe 30 minutes ago, Ty. I don't know if you hear that, but
okay.
That kind of takes this question out in a sense. We kind of already know how he's going to answer that. So, Korean Drama wants to know, Randall, did you move to Miami prior to Ready to Love?
Yeah. A couple months before, Ready to Love just kind of happened, I moved from DC just because, like I just wanted to leave the city. Like I've always been there outside of when I was in college. Anytime I got upset, I found myself in Miami. Like I used to work 4 days, take off Friday, go right to the airport, fly to Miami, hit it for 2 days, go back to work, And then it got to the point where I was here maybe twice in a month. I was like, okay, we're gonna have to make an adjustment here, And I'm here just sitting in the water. It's the water, something about the water that I really love. So that's why I moved here.
Yeah. Do you have issues? Antoinette is asking, do you have issues with closure, Randall, or do you always leave the door open in your relationships?
Normally I leave if I don't like them. You know what I'm saying? I don't leave. I leave if it's not working. With that being said, majority of my relationships, I haven't had that many. As far as like long-term relationships, I've had multiple that go for like 3.5 years or so. I can still talk to all of them. I can still pick up the phone and call them. Like there's no problem at all. Like I have no beef with any of them. You understand? So, but I've always left when things have got to the point where I felt like it was like breaking me down. The relationship isn't working out, things of that nature. I've always left. I hate to say it like that, but I've pretty much left all my relationships, which is why I came into this process trying to do things a little different, because I was always the one to leave.
Yeah. So these questions are coming in, but I do remember seeing a question, Randall. It was way back, and I'm not scrolling back because I won't be able to find it. They want to know. They want to know. Are you on Ready to Love the next season of Miami? Someone did ask that.
You gotta wait and see.
Good answer. Tyrone, you want to take it over real quick?
No, I meant I was gonna ask a follow-up question to Randall, saying that he would have left. And this is for Calvin too. Would y'all normally ghost people when it comes to leaving?
Ghosts?
Yeah.
As far as ghosts, all right. If I'm in a relationship with you, like a relationship, not talking to you, we're not dating. Like we're talking about relationship, or we're dating. We're just dating. Because I'm not going to just roll out on you. I've been talking to you for multiple years. I'm going to look at you. I'm going to tell you flat out, it's working. Straight up.
That's hard to.
Dating.
I got you.
Yeah. Okay.
So Nichelle would like to know how tall Calvin is.
I'm 6'2".
So did we ask this on screen? No, I don't think we asked this. So Calvin, are you single?
Yes, I'm single.
Okay. Are you accepting? No, we did talk about this a little bit, but so are you now like accepting? So like, would you date a woman like out of state? Like, say for instance, if she was in Pennsylvania, would you like considering dating someone like outside of Miami? Are you in Miami?
I'm in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, okay. Okay, so would you date someone out of Fort Lauderdale?
I'll keep the options open. You know, I wouldn't limit it to just here, you know, because it is different here.
Yeah.
So I do keep the options open. You know, I don't want to just limit it to one place. Preferably, I would like here.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever's there, you just never know where you can meet somebody.
Yeah, because I was gonna say your queen might be like 4.5 hours away, but I get you because I be on my dating sites. I be like, yeah, if you more than 45 minutes, I'm cooked. Oh, I'm sorry. Tyrone, you're about to say something. I'm sorry.
I guess this is a question for both Randall and Calvin. If you were to put like all the women that y'all have dated recently into a melting pot and then found like,
wait, hold on, what? No, I'm in.
As an average, right? What do you feel that you are attracting, you know, on average when it comes to the person that you're dating? Like, what does that look like? Age, emotionally, like, because we're trying to figure some things out, right?
You know, let me say this about myself, right? Just holding myself accountable to a lot of things. I tend to, because I had suffered from so much insecurities, I tend to go after the woman that's sexy with no substance, right? And that's not really saying anything about her. It's saying a lot about myself, right? Because I thought dating that type of woman was the type of woman I needed to be with because it validated something about I thought it validated me. I couldn't really blame them. So a lot of women, every time I went somewhere or I used to throw these events and women will walk into the spot, my friends would be like, Calvin, I knew she was for you. I knew that was your girl. And I was like, how did you know that? Because of how she looked. So that told me a lot about myself.
Yes.
She would walk in looking a certain way and I'd be like, but then here comes the conversation. Here comes the values and the morals. And they never lined up. And it didn't matter. It was Lisa, Angela, Renee. It didn't matter. It was the same person. You know, so it told me a lot about me, to be honest with you, picking certain women that didn't line up with who I was, but because she looked a certain way, I had to have her.
Okay. If it was up to your friends, Calvin, to pick someone from the show to date you, who do you think they would have picked?
Wow. I guess everybody would have leaned on April because they saw a connection, they saw us speaking. So I'm pretty sure people would have probably picked April.
But what if they didn't see that? And they would just talk to them one-on-one?
Oh, a look?
Just all of it together.
Like, that's Randall's type. That's Randall's type. I mean, not Randall, Calvin's type. I'm sorry, Randall.
You know, April would have bbeen in there. Kayla would have been in there. Jamala would have been in there. Sharice would have been in there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's cool that you have a, you know, wide variety of the types physically, you know, especially, you know, of women. So it's not just, you know, so I mean, that's cool. That's cool. Absolutely. Jamie Alexander, one of my panelists and one of my soulmates here. Randall, she wants to know, Randall, if you still talk to all of your exes, do you have room energetically to meet someone new?
Yeah, I didn't say I talk to them all the time. I said I can. Like my ex that came on the show, we just dope. She has her own family. She's engaged. You know, there's nothing but platonic energy between the two of us. But I have the ability to call, is all I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? There's nothing more. There's nothing being fostered by any of my exes by any means. Trust me, I left for a reason. You know, so we're cool though. You don't have to be ugly. You don't have to break up in an ugly way.
Right. Yeah. Are you interested, Sabrina? I'm not sure. I understand that question.
No, absolutely not.
What?
It's a joke,
I really didn't understand the question because, you know, sometimes the questions be like from way up there and I don't remember what we were talking about or whatever.
That's not screening these things.
What?
clicking away. Just,
what I was like, are you interested, Sabrina? I don't know. Because we're not, I mean, we can interview me. Y'all can ask me questions. You know what I'm saying? It's a meet and greet. Let's meet and let's greet. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to know. Y'all know if I got the answer, I'm going to give it to you. You know what I'm saying? I see we are keeping it light, but everyone was talking about, did Randall own pants? We see you have had on a few pair, but how many J's do you have?
You know, that's a crazy question. Like, I can't tell you how many pairs of J's I got. I got a good amount though. Still got some back at my mother's house too. Actually, they sitting in her bed.
Yeah. Wow. So Joy Presley says Calvin seemed like you were a sweetheart. She was sad that you got eliminated.
Thank you, Joy. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Korean drama would like to know, Randall, are you ready for a monogamous relationship?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm not going to jump into anything though, like that. I'm taking my time with it. Like, I'm not going to be forced into anything. I'm just really going to. It has to make sense, you know. So that's my answer.
Okay, so I have another. Oh Lord, let me get these bots out of here. So I have another question for you, Randall. This is pertaining to reunion part 2. And did he just freeze? Oh, I was like, wait a minute, your computer froze. I was like, is he? Or I was like, is he staying still? Or you look like you was frozen. I was like, how did I just lose? I was like, it's no way. You was staying still like shit. Oh my God. Okay. So part 2 of the reunion. I saw you and Jamala kind of go back and forth, and Kayla, like it was a lot. So from what I got, y'all chose each other at the bridge. Moving forward to the reunion part 2, y'all really not together. Like y'all like was kicking it. Y'all seeing what's going on. Like y'all saw what's going on. It really ain't work out. You like, you know what? Like, let's just still date other people. She like, okay, I guess we dating other people and moving forward, and I'm gonna keep it 100. So also too, like you were still hanging out with Kayla too, like after the process, like what's going on? I'm not really too sure. Like you and Kayla, like y'all was like, what's going on? Like you still dating Kayla? You still dating Jamala? Or you like, screw it, I'm single, I'm dating everybody?
I guess all of that.
Yes.
Yeah, all of that. The reunion, because like Ty said, I was emotionally tied. I did. My emotions were all the way tied in there. So by the time me and Jamala had got to the Choose You scene, I was definitely I spoke to y'all before, frustrated with her for sure. But that doesn't mean that I'm just going to jump ship at that time. I'm not going to do that. I wasn't ready to jump ship on her or anything like that. I'm just frustrated. So I still chose her because obviously I got feelings for Jamala. That's clear, right? And we did kind of like, you know, fall apart afterwards. For sure.
But my thing is, Randall, is if you knew, like, I get it that you were invested in the Jamala and y'all were closer. And my thing is because to me, it honestly felt like you were torn between some of your connections. And my thought is why choose anyone? Because for a woman, you choose me at the bridge. You saying, no, you choose me. Like, I'm your boo, I'm your bae. We about to be together. We about to start this romantic relationship, and we about to get married in a year and a half. We about to have 2 kids. And you understand what I'm saying? So from a woman's, I mean, and I know you're not a woman. You from Mars, I'm from Venus. It's cool. Yeah. But, you know, the thing is when, you know, you chose someone at the bridge, to me, I was like, in real life, he really don't want to choose nobody. What made you want to, like, why did you just be like, I really don't know. I'm confused and I'm not trying to hurt nobody. So I don't want to pick anybody.
I mean, at that time, okay. I keep telling y'all that I don't want to jump ship on her because I've invested so much time in Jamala. Like whatever is going on between us, I am emotionally tied to her.
You are, but look at where y'all are at now.
I understand what you're saying, but if I just told you that normally I go through these situations and I leave, And I came down here to move totally different than I moved before. So now I want to fight through. Let me see if we have something here. Let me see if we can make this work. You know, maybe it's a disconnect, you know, something along those lines. That's what I'm thinking. Plus, she's been here for me too. It's not like hasn't been here for me, you know, like going through this process, you know, at least mine, my mental's definitely been up and down, you know, so who's been there for that? You know, she's been there for me. So I can't just like give up on her completely at that time. That's my thought process, you know, let's figure this out.
So Elia Nico says, sorry if I messed your name up. What are your zodiac signs?
Go ahead, Randall.
You smiling, bro. You ready to come on?
I'm a Virgo.
Virgo?
Yeah. He's a Virgo. What are you?
Aquarius.
You're Aquarius. Okay. Oh my God, Tyrone. Michelle says, okay, Sabrina, would you have connected with any of the men from this season?
Definitely not. She's just clicking away.
No, I'm gonna answer because I have an answer. Who would I have connected with? I absolutely would have connected with Calvin. I would have connected with Randall. I would have connected with me and Mike. I think we would have connected in the beginning. I felt like that there would have been some kind of sexual chemistry, but I feel like we would have ended up as like friends. Like that would have been like my bro. That's what I would have gotten from it. I feel like with Justice, he and I would have been like, boo, what you doing? We hanging out in the eye. I'll be there at 9. Like that's how I felt like it would have been with Justice. With Swayze, I like Swayze for Cadian. I don't really see Swayze for me, if that makes sense. Who else? What other guys was it?
Zoe?
No, I wouldn't have connected with Zoe on any level.
Devin?
Devin, me and Devin, I would have been like, oh, with Devin, Devin would have been on, Dag, I like you, Devin, because you was just on the show. Devin would have been, I would have been like, oh my God, I would chew him up and I would spit him out and I would get him off the ground and chew him up again and spit him back out again. He just seems like a really nice guy. And I feel like with Devin, I would have been like, oh my God, we're going to get like real, like intimate real quick, like real. What time is it? It ain't after hours yet, but so, like how, like when you be in high school and you like, he just keep asking, like, he cute, but I ain't really feeling him like that. Let me just go ahead and give him some sympathy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of the ones that you just be like, let me just go ahead and do it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I would have been like, all right, boo, call me later. Like, when you about to leave, right? You got to go now, right? Because I got to go to work and like, you good? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But he's very handsome, though. He seems like a really, really nice guy. I just feel like I would just devour him and just ravish him, and then I would get bored. Like, that's just how I feel. That's just yeah, I don't really hold nothing back. Yeah. So the trusted banker says, are Tyrone and AJ? Hold on, what? You talking to who's AJ? Are you talking about Ace? Since we chat.
I'm assuming Ace. Yeah. And I was basically bigging you up, Randall, because I'm an Aquarius too.
He was like,
so Team Aquarius. Nope, Ace and I are not together anymore.
Yeah. The trusted banker also would like to know, what is Randall's degree in?
History.
Dolores would like to know, Randall, do you like Miami or DC better?
Home. It's always be home.
DC. Would Ty date any of the women from this season?
Like my first thought is to say no, but I think I would have gravitated towards Jamala, and I think I think
Really?
I think I would have enjoyed the mental jousting with Kayla.
With Kayla. I already knew.
I think I would have enjoyed that. You know,
between you and Kayla, you would have won.
I think I would have enjoyed the.
And
the
Kayla's
mental.
good. Kayla good. But
Yeah.
Ow. That's it, Sabrina. Be clear. I have no idea what. Randall, you should have self-eliminated. Mr. S. says that they have arrived. Sounds like your ideal woman, Randall, is 3 or 4 women combined. Have you ever stopped to think that your fantasy woman won't materialize? Child's about to say master. No world.
No.
Randall, have you ever considered self-eliminating?
Consider self-eliminating? No. Did I want to be eliminated at one point?
Yeah, because I was just trying to see like what your thought process was for getting out of the situation that you were in. Was that?
You talking about the house? Once we got to the house. At the house, I wouldn't have minded being self-eliminated at the house. You know, but I really, for whatever reason, because I was thinking crazy, I really thought there was a chance that I could have got eliminated at the house. Because how everything played out, I was just like, okay. So now my other 2 connections are not going to pick me, and the other people here I'm not connecting with. So I'm like, there's a good chance that I can be out. You know, but I wasn't thinking all the way through when I thought that. I was just frustrated.
Kiki says, yeah, but do you see long term with either women you just said, Ty, or would you get bored?
Who did I say? Jamala and Kayla? I don't see myself dating Kayla. I was just talking about the mental jousting of it all, and just the banter going back and forth. Long term, like I said, my first instinct would be that I probably wouldn't date anyone. I try not to. You know, I almost consider like castmates family now, so it just
right
can get kind of messy, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely. And shout out to the 195 of you that are in the chat right now. I have only 67 thumbs up. Could you take a second, go down or go up or go down? Hit that thumbs up if you are enjoying this live. And this is a meet and greet for Ready to Love Miami. Randall and Calvin, you guys have the option to come on screen with us. It's a lot of you shy people out there. Come on screen with us. Go to the top of the comment section. The StreamYard is pinned. The link is pinned. All you have to do is click that link and you can join us live, show your fan love, you can ask questions, say hi, etc., just to let you guys know. All right. Randall, do you see yourself, if you have questions, definitely put them in the chat. Randall, do you see yourself in Florida long term, or are you coming back to DC?
I don't think this is my final destination. Let me put it that way. But I'm probably gonna be here for a little while.
Valencia says, is Calvin still connecting with Sharice?
Oh, we never connected. We was just I think on the reunion, people saw us just having a conversation, but there was nothing like that. Nothing.
Yeah. Tyrone, I would like for you to ask them, because remember, Randall said that he would not answer this question. He was like, I ain't answering that. And I was like, yeah, he was like, nuh-uh. And I was like, yeah. And remember, he was like, and I said, remember, you know, about if nobody knew what was, you remember? And then the second part, and he said that we had to wait till after part 2.
Oh, that's right.
I remember.
You were going to spend just a weekend in town. Ain't nobody know.
I already answered this question. What you mean?
You did not.
You didn't answer.
You wouldn't.
I don't know, man.
Who would you go at from the cast?
Throw me the replay. I think I answered that already. Run it back.
From the DC?
From DC. From what? From DC season or from any season?
Oh, from any season. Oh, we'll just say from any season.
Yes, we answered that question already.
Oh, that's right, because you said you didn't watch it. Was that your answer?
I think we know who he said.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I definitely answered the question.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
That's not my problem.
must not have meant nothing.
Oh, I think I do remember. Next question. Hold on. Yeah. Kelsey K says, has being on the show changed your opinion of Ready to Love?
Yeah, Calvin, how do you feel about it?
Randall? What the? You know, to be honest with you, I only watched probably 4 episodes of the first season. I didn't really watch anything after that. I didn't really want to pick up any energy or any vibe. I kind of want to go in there with my own energy. So I don't really know anything about the previous seasons to understand or have anything changed from the beginning. So again, it was a short process. I enjoyed it, as short as it was. And it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot.
So Calvin, have you seen any of the castmates from the other seasons? Is it anyone else that you would be interested?
This is such a setup question. I knew, Sabrina, I knew this was coming. No, to be honest with you, I didn't really get a chance to really watch
any of the other seasons.
I think one of the young ladies that I did see that I thought she was really, I think Trina was her name or something. Okay, you made that face. I don't remember. I can't remember.
What do you remember about her? We can help you because there's a lot of people in the chat.
No, I was just no. The way Sabrina just grabbed her.
They usually have all the answers.
Yeah. No, I was just saying that I was able to see her story. I think it was something. I can't remember. Tyrone,
what do you remember, Calvin? You're not skating out of this. What do you remember?
I'm self-eliminating myself on this one.
Plead the fifth, dog.
I'm self-eliminating myself.
Was
you really not going to answer the question?
Was it from Potomac?
I think her name was Trina or something like that.
From Potomac?
I think so.
It's the second DC?
Probably. Probably. I can't remember what it is, but she had a story, and I think she ended up getting her own page on YouTube and something. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember now.
Does she have a child?
She does.
A young child?
I think so. Yes, she does.
Okay.
Okay, I can see by your face expression. There's more to the story.
So it's Tina.
I'm just reading.
So it's Tina.
Tina, yes.
Okay.
I said I just loved her journey. That was it.
Hammer G says, I adore Ty. He is growing by leaps and bounds. I think Calvin would have been a great addition to the show. 6'2", heart eyes.
Yeah. Thanks, Hammer G.
Yeah. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and drop this. Don't forget on Friday, join us here on my YouTube channel as Single Soulmates will be airing the season premiere at 9 p.m. We will be airing Single Soulmates with my co-host here, Tyrone. If you are single or if you know anyone that is single, tell them to join us this Friday at 9 p.m. to shoot your shot. You will have to come on screen with us. Your camera will have to be on. You will have to let us know about you, and you will have to also let us know about who and what and whatever that you may be interested in so we can find a match. So people that will be in live or on live will be able to meet you, and also to anyone that watches the replay, make sure you have a Facebook, Instagram, or something where they can contact you just in case they might be interested. So just to let you know, Single Soulmates will have the season premiere at 9 p.m. on Friday. Okay. That was just a commercial break. Y'all could go ahead now. Oh. I feel like I need like another feminine energy on here with me. Like I feel like it's a lot of testosterone. So is it anything else that you would like to? Oh,
Thanks, Joy.
thank you. It is. It's called Single Soulmates. You said I'm taking Tommy's job. Nope, I just want my own job. I don't want to take anybody's job. I just want my own little job. Are the men on the panel signing up? Because technically Randall is still single, and technically Calvin is single, and Tyrone, you still single?
You said who?
Tyrone.
I said, Tyrone, are you still single?
Hey, I got scared.
Did you just hit your hookah?
No, I guess technically, yes. Technically.
Oh, okay. And are you drinking your water? What the?
They might need a break.
So,
no tea.
So these three men on the screen with me are single. So I would love to personally invite you back here on Friday for you to come on screen. Well, Tyrone, you're going to already be on screen with me. For you to come on screen. So pretty much you can shoot your shot. Put it out there and let them know exactly. Like, you need to be like, I'm Randall. I'm 6'8". How tall are you, Randall?
5.
6'5", close enough. I'm 6'5". I'm 33 years old.
6.
36 years old. I don't have no kids. I'm originally from DC. I live in down south. And what?
Yeah. Sabrina.
Yeah, Miami. And I don't have no kids. And I'm looking for someone that's, you know what I'm saying, like fun and loving and romantic and loves to wear heels and likes to eat seafood and smoke hookah and loves to work out because I'm into fitness. And I want to be married by the time I'm 42, so they got to be ready to be married. It don't matter if they got kids. It don't matter, you know what I'm saying? Because I like kids, you know what I'm saying? But they need to be, like, I want my own kids, so they need to know that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want kids. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Holla at me, you know what I'm saying? You can find me on Instagram. My name King Randall 31. Yeah, and I'll be like, all right, King Randall, boop, next caller. And then the next person will come on the screen. Yeah, what's up? My name's Calvin. You know what I'm saying? I was on Ready to Love. I wasn't there long. You know what I'm saying? So.
Sabrina, that's messed up. Why you gotta put the New York accent though? Why we have to go to the New York?
I don't know. Y'all know I just be impromptu. Anyway, yeah, so just to let you guys know, Single Soulmates, the season premiere will happen on Friday at 9 p.m. So if you or anyone you know that is single that would like to shoot their shot, definitely come and join us. All right, so other than that, Randall, I know you and we briefly spoke previously, and is there anything that you would like to get off of your chest that has to do with the show, the reunion, the process, who you are as a person, how many jeans you own, you know, like anything?
Nah, I don't got nothing to get off my chest right now.
Randall.
Yeah, I don't got nothing to get off my chest right now. I'm just gonna leave everything the way it is.
Are you, so a month from now, will you be okay with having it just the way that it is?
A month from now?
Mm-hmm. 6 months from now.
I hope so.
Do you feel like it is things that you wish you could talk about, but you don't because you know it can become controversial?
This is my thing. Like, there's just a lot of stuff that I'm just not going to dig into. And I don't feel like it's worth my time. And also, I don't want to disrespect my mother by saying things either. So I always think about that. And just gonna leave things how it is. So I don't respond to most things and just leave it alone.
Do you still talk to Kayla and have a friendship with Kayla?
Mm-mm.
Do you still talk to Jamala and have a friendship with Jamala?
Mhm.
Do you still talk to and have a friendship with Trinika?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you wish that you could have a friendship with Kayla, but because of everything that's happened?
Right now, I'm good, man. Like I'm just gonna leave everything the way it is. Regrets. I take back nothing. Everything happened the way it is. I'm just gonna grow from these moments.
Yeah. So can you officially say that you are still dating Jamala?
No, we're not dating.
So you're not dating at all, because of course you guys know, like, if you're single, you can date multiple people when you're single. It doesn't mean you're not single. So y'all aren't dating. So you're single and you're not dating Jamala at all. Y'all are just friends.
Yeah. I mean, we still talk though, you know, but right now we're definitely just friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't even remember what I was talking about when. I'm sorry. Tyrone, would you like to chime in? I'm going to go through some of these questions.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a smart move to just, you know, it's almost coming off like if you ain't got nothing nice to say, it's better to just not
say anything.
Say it, you know. I respect that. I respect that. How you doing mentally, Randall?
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been up and down. You know, I've definitely had some days, for sure. As of late, recently in particular, but I'm okay.
Okay. Wow. I feel like we touched on a lot of things without like trying to be a a psychiatrist, right? Because we could definitely, I feel like we could definitely dig deeper. Like y'all did mention some things, and it was almost like you feel like you're right, but then sometimes you'll say something, and it's like a small comment that kind of contradicts what you said earlier, and it makes me want to dig deep, but I just let it go. And you know, I understand that it's part of the growth process, right?
Yeah, everything's just, especially for me, everything's just been up and down. It's definitely been a roller coaster. What I realized about myself, something that Calvin touched on, I think maybe a month ago or so, at least, is that I'm a giver. I'm always the energy guy. You know, that's what I am. In any group, anything that I'm part of, I'm always the energy guy. I'm always giving out energy. I'm always giving. And then I'll eventually like become drained, you know, and like everything that I do, I am that person. In my career, I'm that person, you know. So sometimes I get to points where it's like I haven't recharged and I'm still trying to move forward and things of that nature. So that's pretty
okay. I got a question for y'all, both of y'all. How do y'all feel your childhood contributed to your dating style? Your upbringing. How did your upbringing contribute to your dating style?
Go ahead, Randy.
I mean, me, it's been a process, like period. Like I went through a phase where it was like, oh my God, I love everybody. You know, everybody's my friend, that whole thing. And then I grew, you know, just being at home, you can't be like that. You learn that real quick. Then I go to college and savage life. You know, like soon as I don't like something, I'm out. So here in my 30s, the process was a combination of the two. Like I'm not going to jump ship. You know, I'm going to give everybody time. I'm going to be patient. You know, as soon as things start to get ugly, I'm not going to just leave. So definitely a combination of everything.
Yeah, for me personally, you know, I didn't see my dad until I was 40 years old, so it played a major factor in my life. Not having him around, I was trying not to be like him, and I was becoming him. So you know, what you don't overcome, you become. You know, so I was trying to say, okay, cool, I'm gonna stick around, I'm gonna stick around, I'm gonna stick around. But what was happening was I would allow them in the living room, which was here, but I wouldn't allow them in the bedroom, which was here, the secret places. So it played a major until I got a chance to actually meet him and see him. I was running. I was a runner. I was a track star. you know, and I didn't realize that I was actually doing that. I didn't understand why I was doing that, and it was, abandonment, not feeling like I wanted anybody to get close to me. So, when I got an opportunity to meet him, something clicked, something hit me, and I started to change, or tried to change. Still continue to change.
So y'all hit on a really touchy subject for me. Calvin, you just sparked something too, because I was gonna dig a little deeper, especially when I had asked if y'all are healed, and I asked that because I know that it takes work, and I feel like me personally, I ended up doing a lot of healing recently. Kojo had a road show earlier, and his very last question was, what did we learn about ourselves? And then I had said something about understanding what my boundaries are, and not caring how people feel about me expressing my boundaries. But there was a lot more that I wanted to say that I didn't say, so I guess I could give y'all a little bit of background. What I wanted to say was I learned that I would never have a successful relationship unless I healed. And by healing, I had to figure out who I was and why was I the way I was. Why am I 45 and never pulled the trigger on marriage? So like I had to go back to the two pillars in my life, which was my mom and my dad. And Calvin just hit a spot because my biological father was never present. So I never really felt validated, like when it came to love. I always feel like I needed to date, to ensure that people really do like me. But then it got to a point where I didn't believe it, or I never trusted it, right? Because my own father didn't want me. And then I also, from the other pillar in my life, I also saw some things, in my mom that made me not trust women. So I was like at a subconscious level lost, to a point to where I even created an alter ego for myself, right? Y'all may know him as Freaky Ty, but there was like a alter ego in my younger days, King Booth, and that dude was the man. You know what I mean? Like there was nothing he couldn't do, right? Ain't nobody couldn't get. But I realized that I was literally like an emotionally abused person, to the point where I needed to create this alter ego to protect myself and give myself the confidence that I wasn't giving to myself, naturally. Do you know what I mean? And then I realized that I had to address all that. So I actually met my biological father, and then from that, I realized that I didn't need him, because when I met him, the guy that raised me was with me. And then I also, had to address whatever I was feeling about my mom, which was really, really tough. You know what I mean? But I knew I couldn't give a woman 100% if I don't trust my mom. So when I ask, like, if you are healed, it means like digging, going way back. Then I also asked about the childhood as well, and how your childhood affected, you growing up. And I was going to ask about that, because most people, once they get to 10th grade, you realize like who you are, if you're attractive or not. You know what I mean? And then that kind of stays with you. Do you know what I mean? And it affects how you date. It affects how you feel when you walk in the spot. You know what I mean? You say to yourself, like, I'm at least top 5. No matter what. You know what I mean? Like, we know how we be, how we be talking, So, yeah, like I was just trying to get a feel for how y'all felt about yourselves, and how did that start? Because I was shy, I was skinny, and a lot of it was because of my upbringing, being the only black kid in my class since 4th grade. So I kept to myself, you know, so the whole social thing affected me a lot. So I had to dig deep, and I was just wondering if y'all, you know, ended up doing the same at some point, or you have aspirations of doing something very similar.
You know, for me personally, I study psychology, right?
Mm-hmm.
And while studying psychology, it helped me to study myself. To be honest with you, I learned a lot about myself and a lot of things I needed to pluck up in life. Things that were buried deep inside of me that, similar to what you said, Ty, would bury those things away and be like, "Nah, I'm good." You know, like most black men, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. You know, that's the thing that we say when we're not good. You know, so, you know, even now, like every time I go through something or every day when I wake up in the morning time, I always ask God to reveal something I need to work on. You know, it's a constant thing. It never stops. You know, for me personally, when I work on something or I conquer something, I try to work on something else. I meet it through somebody else, or even when I meet people, they may reveal something about me that I don't know about myself until I actually met them and it was exposed, you know, or it was revealed. And when I see that or identify that, I address it. I try to attack it, you know. So I always look in the mirror at myself and ask myself or work on, or try to find something to work on, you know, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, always. So it's a constant work on, you know, working on something. Again, it's like Randall got understand it. It's like working, it's at the gym. You know, there's always a muscle that needs to be worked on. There's always a muscle that needs to be worked on. And I don't care how much you develop it, it could always get stronger. It could always get better.
I do have a question. So being in this process, and Calvin, you watching it on TV, and Randall, you going all the way through it, do you guys look at, so when you go out into the world and you see women, do you look at women differently now? Do you look at them? So prior to the show, you would say, as we spoke earlier, Calvin, about how she looks this way, she looks that way, but what characteristics, what physical, what do you look for that's different now in a woman that you didn't do prior to the show, from when you first went up to a woman or was introduced to a woman, or, you know, just approaching a woman? So what is it different now that you might look for or look at or think about now when approaching a woman?
I would probably say how she moves. Like, I'm an energy person. So when I walk into that room, I could feel it. I could get that energy. I'm like, I can feel it. So once I get that energy, I watch how she moves. I watch who she's showing her teeth to, right? So if she's smiling in everyone's face, you know, if she's that person, it may not be for me. You know, so I watch how she operates, I watch how she moves, and it tells me a lot about her. She's about her business, you know, because the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So if I see her, no matter where it is, if I see that she's about her business, it causes interest to me. And then I watch everything. So that could be in the gym, that could be at work, that could be at church, that could be anywhere. So I just kind of watch how she moves, and I pick up on that.
So the mystery of a woman, in a sense.
Yeah, the mystery of her, how she operates, how she goes about her business, I find that attractive.
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of how I watch, not just how she, of course, I love a woman that dresses nice. Style is a lot. It means a lot to me, you know, beautiful, how she carries herself. You know, she doesn't have to reveal everything to be sexy,
right?
You know, so I watch that as well, you know, and how she acts towards attention. So if people are giving her attention, if she could just, how she navigates in that space, because if she's used to that, if she's accustomed to that, she'll operate like, hey, this is what I get all the time. I'm good. I don't need to jump at everything.
Right.
But if the one man just smiles at her and then she's, you know, she's operating in that way, I'm like, you know, maybe that's what she's looking for, and maybe that's just not for me.
Like an attention seeker, more or
Yeah,
less.
yeah. You know, I don't really, you know, for me, that's not attractive to me. I like a woman that moves differently and looking for a different type of man, not every man.
Right. What about you, Randall?
I mean, personally, I don't know what I got until later on. Like when I initially walk into a room, I'm not going to look at you and just think, okay, yeah, she might be the one. I feel like everyone gives you their representative for a little while, you know? So like what he said, I'm sitting there, I'm having a nice conversation. If I like your vibe, we're going to persist on, we're going to figure it out. We're going to talk a little more, you know? But as time keeps going, if there's nothing there to like stimulate me on a mental level, everything that I'm attracted to physically pretty much goes out the window. And I typically move on from that standpoint. There's beautiful women everywhere. I've always said that, you know, especially in some of these cities that we're in, everyone's beautiful, right? You know, everyone. So it's more about having that mental stimulation for me. That's been my whole thing. Like I crave that. Some of my most horrid dates have been on gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous, and I'm sitting there at the table and I can't wait to leave. You know, like there's no conversation and nothing. So I'm really big on that. I'm really big on having conversations that's out of the norm. You know, like I'm a history major, like philosophy, you know, things like that. Like, you know, like psychology. Let's talk about those things. Or what do you value in life? Your core values. He always talks about me being in the gym, like, but most of that is psychology and mindset. So if I'm going to move like that, I pretty much look for that in my woman also.
But being in this process and being and doing the process now, when you go out, do you look at it differently? Like, is it something that you've changed in your?
I probably go back a little more to who I was before, like not way, but like I said, we all see things that we don't like, but when you see them, I'm not gonna keep on. Like that's dead. Like that's out the window. I'm not about to sit here and like try to protect everybody's feelings at this point. Like if I see it and it's there, I'm gonna believe what I see, and I'm just gonna have to move on.
Yeah. And I know Calvin. I know, with your time, but watching the other guys and watching how it played out, and so I mean, pretty much, you know, you're kind of like, yeah, I'm good. You know, I'm feeling that energy, and it's pretty much the same for you, because I know Randall's time was, you know, a little bit more extensive, and you know, and what he did was, you know, what he did, and outside of the process, now he's watching himself back. You like, oh, I ain't putting none of my eggs when I go and meet somebody. I ain't telling them like you gonna be the one. I'm gonna be like, no, I'm gonna vet these women. I'm gonna ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna let them know I'm dating you, but guess what? I'm dating her too, and I'm dating her too. I'm letting y'all know this is what I'm doing different nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Randall went through a lot. It's a lot, you know, and it was that process. That's not a normal process to go through. You know, and it's live. It's really happening in live, and everyone is like, you gave a people they were in your house watching you while you're doing it. So it's different. It's different.
Absolutely. There was a question, Randall, up earlier. Is Trinika your type, or do you have a type that
physically, I don't like. I like beautiful women, obviously, but I don't really have a type physically. It's like here, like it's really here. Like everything is here. I promise you, like everything is here. Like I mean, I see you. You know, I like the curves. You know, I'm a chest man. You know, I like all of that. But like that literally means nothing if I sit down with you and don't have a conversation. I promise. It don't mean anything.
Yeah, I think Trinika let everybody know that you like breasts during the game show. She was like, he like these, he like these. I was like, oh, and you was like, breasts. I said, oh, he do like them.
Randall and Calvin, would your best guy friends hook you up with their sisters? Why or why not?
My best guy friends, like someone who's known me like forever. I actually talked to one of my
Does he know? Does the brother know?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I guess the answer is yes. I was going to say no at first. I had to think about it. But yeah.
Yeah, I get that all the time. Maybe not their sisters, but like their very good friend or their cousin. It's always Calvin's the good guy. You know, I don't go down that route though, because I don't ever want to destroy friendships. You know, yeah, I don't care. I don't touch it.
You know what I don't like? It's the girlfriend's friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want that either. Like the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the same concept. Yeah. I'm like, it's 7.4 billion people here on the world. I got to date your best friend. Come on, man.
Have y'all ever lived with anyone?
No.
They both said but that means simultaneously too. Like God.
Because it's a different animal. It is. It's a beast, not an animal. It's a beast. It's a different beast. And once you live with the opposite sex, your mental changes. So many things about what you thought and perceived is nothing like it. It will change everything, and it will also probably change the type, like the type of woman that you may want right now. Like you said, Calvin, earlier, you know, I'm waiting for my queen. I'm waiting. In your head, we all know, we all do it. In your head, you envision how your queen is going to look, how she's going to smell, how she's going to feel, like, because you're manifesting that. You understand? You need to go live with a woman first, because after you live with a woman, it's going to be changed. So I'm just letting you know.
But you know what it is, though, Sabrina? I'm the type of person that I need to know that I know that I know. I'm not really a tester. I'm not testing things out. If I don't feel like we're gonna do this, because once we get into it, and don't get me wrong, I am not saying it's gonna work. Don't get me wrong.
I get it. I have a piggyback question.
Yeah, me too. Because
you gonna do it?
Whole another.
Like I don't just do it just to do it, right? I'm past that stage at this point in my life. If we gonna do this, let's do this. Go ahead, Ty.
I wonder if me and Ty's question gonna be the same.
Yeah, like what you said, you'll know when you know. Like, what does that mean? Because it hasn't happened yet. Does that mean you haven't seen it yet?
But no, let me tell you, we live in this world where people just want to jump in and jump out, right? Like it's just so many options, and people, if the temperature go up 1 more degree, they're out. If they put mayonnaise on somebody's sandwich, they out. See, we're not doing this. I need to see how consistent you are in your life, because people are quick to jump in and jump out too fast. And I need that commitment. I need to know that you have commitment in your personal life and how you move in your lilife. Because if you're inconsistent with yourself, you're going to be inconsistent with me.
Then you need to live with them for a little while.
Yeah.
Right, because I hear what you're saying, but like I said, unless you have worn those shoes, you will not understand the walk. And I will also say this too. You pretty much telling me that you will go out and buy that $100,000 car before you test drive it. That's what I'm hearing.
No. That's why I don't have kids. Right? That's why I don't have kids, right?
What time is it? Oh, we haven't dark yet.
Listen, I'm trying to understand.
No, listen, I'm very careful. Every time I'm intimate with a woman, listen, it's like she's getting a new penis, because it always comes in plastic. Right?
I heard you say that on the show.
We're not doing this.
I mean, I get it. But,
Kiki, God. That's a good question. I was actually going to ask that question. What's the longest relationship y'all ever been in?
7 years.
Wow.
And you didn't move in 7 years?
No, I wasn't. Financially, I wasn't. I didn't have it together, to be honest with you, at that time. You know, we tried, we had fun, but I was nowhere near financially or even mentally prepared to move in. I would have destroyed that girl's life.
How old were you?
I was 32. Yeah, I was in my 30s.
So from most of your 30s, you were with one person?
Yes.
Wow.
Man, that's prime time too.
Yeah.
Did you consider marriage?
But I can honestly say this. That's also when I found God. That's when I started building my relationship with God. So I'm coming out of the streets and trying to build a relationship with God as well as a woman.
Yeah, we was gonna get there. We was gonna get there about. I wasn't gonna ask about God, but I was gonna ask about your faith.
Yeah. So it's. Go ahead. Sorry.
7 years. Did you consider marriage?
That was the intentions. I was courting this woman. Yes, I was courting her. But honestly, I would say this, and here's what I always said to her. No, honestly, Ty, here's what I said to her. I prayed for patience, and God gave me her. Right?
Because she patiently waited for a whole 7 years.
No. See, Sabrina, you had it twisted right there. I had to learn patience to deal with her, to be honest with you. So you know how when you ask God for something, oh, he's going to give it to you. So I was trying to, because I lacked so much patience that I was quick to jump. So the fact that I was courting her and I had to wait for her to get to a certain place in life, I was also going through the process with myself. So it took some time. It really took some time. To be honest with you, neither one of us is ready. While she was going through her own process, I was going through my process. Thank God that we had God, so we had that foundation and we learned from each other, but neither one of us was ready.
Was this before or after your whole stage?
It was after. Oh, no, after. Good question.
This was after, honestly.
Okay, that's what I would think.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you said your faith, you started getting more into God after that situation. I'm like, it had to have been before.
Yeah, my whole life changed. I changed everything. The people I was around, how I operated, everything just changed about me. I started finding things about myself that I was like, wow, how did you even deal with me? How did anybody deal with me? To be honest with you.
So I want Tyrone to ask Randall, but before that happens, because it's getting deep, and when y'all get deep, but I really want to ask this question real quick. Can you men give, men, all three, can you give y'all's #1 deal breaker?
Wow.
Oh, I wish they would ask me that.
Sabrina, how about you answer that, Sabrina?
Okay, my #1 deal breaker is bad hygiene. Period. Okay. Period. Like, I thought I met my husband like 2 weeks ago and he said hello and I was like, damn. Like, that's not my husband.
Wow.
Like, I feel like I'm that mean. God, I was like, God, where's my husband? He like, I sent him to you, but he had bad breath and didn't want him. Like, oh, that wasn't my husband. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. No. I'm just joking. Okay, y'all's #1 deal breaker. You don't mind me.
Wow.
I think everybody gonna say hygiene, but if I see you like holding a cigarette, man, cigarette, like just holding it, like if you holding it for your friend, like I'm done, like I'm out, like yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The top dog #1 deal breaker.
For me, like the way my PTSD is set up, I would have to say it's the volatility for me. Like if I don't know if you're gonna pop off on me or pop off on a stranger or pop off because you know your order was wrong, I can't do it. I can't do it if you're that unpredictable.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like I can't.
I get it.
Every other thing I could probably work with, you know. Probably. I ain't gonna like it. But if I had to weigh the two, yeah.
Oh,
I would probably have to say somebody that's just always negative. Like I cannot. It irritates my nerves.
Oh
my God. I'm like, as soon as you tell me something negative, I'm going to tell you something positive. So if we dancing, we doing this, I just, I will hang up. I will, I won't speak to you.
Real quick, Latifah wants to know who's single between Randall and Calvin. FYI, all the men on this panel right now on the screen, they are all single. Tune in for Single Soulmates on Friday at 9 p.m. to shoot your shot. Yeah. All right. Tyrone, would you like to go back? Because I know you and Calvin started talking. You actually asked Calvin a question. He answered it, but he did not finish it because you asked him about his faith. And you guys really did not Calvin, you didn't elaborate. You talked about your lady friend, and you said right after that relationship you got into it, but then you kind of went back and started talking about you and her again. So can you talk a little bit more about what Tyrone was saying about where your faith is now, please? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. Again,
Randall,
my faith is my everything. It's my everything. Like, when I met my pastor, he was like my father, because that was the only man I ever knew in my life. So when I met him, he helped me and taught me how to be a man. I can honestly say that. My mom's was amazing. She's an amazing woman, but she couldn't teach me how to be a man. And when I met my pastor, he just opened up a whole different world to me. He recently passed away last year, but out of anybody, he told me, that was the first man I ever hear say he loves me. Right? He taught me about God. He taught me about everything, things I didn't even know about. So, and he was similar to me. So it really changed my whole life, learning about God and learning what it meant to be a man and watching how he operated around his wife and how he was. So my faith is my everything. Thank God to him. And now that I have a relationship with God, it's anybody I deal with. If they don't, it can't work for me, to be honest with you. Can't work.
And Randall, same question. You wanted Randall to answer too, right, Ty? Yeah. Where's your faith at now, Randall?
I'm super deep into it, especially right now. That's pretty much how I start my day, like early in the morning. My meditation and my prayer. That's pretty much how I start my day. I kick it off like really, really soft. I ask my questions, dig a little deep, and then I try to leave the house on a 10. But my faith is very strong. Like, that's the only thing that's keeping me moving.
Yeah. And did you say you had a follow-up with that, Ty?
I kind of did, but I can't think of it. I can't think of it right now.
Okay. Somebody did ask, I'm not going to go back up. They want to know I think Calvin answered that, but what was your longest relationship, Randall, and why did it end?
3.5 years.
And why did it end?
I felt like we're at a point where we weren't progressing, and I didn't feel like we were even friends anymore. So, once I got to that point where it was like, it just seemed like we got titles, pretty much was done.
Right. Kiki wants to know, would Ty pursue Jamala now that she's technically single?
I put it in the chat, and I was like, I try to stay away from dating castmates.
Kadeen would like to know, who are the men's celebrities?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Mine is easy.
Who is it?
It's Nicole Murphy.
Oh, she's bad. Have you ever met her? She's so small.
It's Nicole Murphy.
She's so small. I remember, oh my God, I was like, oh my God, Nicole. I was like, I love you so much. She's like, so hard to look down at her.
I said, I'm just going to go and look at one Nicole Murphy picture. 77 pictures later, I'm stuck looking at Nicole Murphy.
Wow. What about you, Randall?
I don't know. I might throw everybody off with this. I'm gonna take it back to like Kelly Rowland.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
Kelly, like when I see
her in person, any celebrity you can pick.
Look, when I see her in person, it's like, yo, she is bad. I promise you. Like, she's gorgeous.
I believe you.
I saw Alicia Keys in person at Love.
Oh man.
And she really did have a glow. She had a glow that followed her. It was like a halo type of glow that like she walked past you. It was
thing. Like she walked that BET special when she walked. I was on her too. Alicia?
Yeah. I have one of those glows. I get it.
The Blue Leroy glow. Okay.
All the time.
Yeah.
Calvin, your celebrity crush?
It'll probably be Regina King.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love her spirit. I love her strength. She just
early Regina King or later Regina King?
Both.
Both. BOFF. Both.
I love her strength.
All right, Kiki asked men on the panel, would any of you date outside of your race? Oh.
I mean, since we being honest.
Crickets.
You said since we being honest. We always honest. Don't start capping now.
Yeah, we can be honest.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, my ex was white. The only one I dated. Probably would have been on the show too had I made it.
Wow. How long ago did that end?
I don't know, 7 years, 7, 8 years.
Wow. How long did y'all date?
3, 4 years.
Wow. Why did y'all break up?
No, honestly.
This is how it's gonna be on Friday, guys. So be ready.
Because I started having these really asshole thoughts, I guess. You know, and I know I probably shouldn't, because, you know, there was a lot of things going on, like right in my own backyard, you know, with the political climate and the Black Lives Matter movement. And, you know, I was a pillar in the tech community. Like, a lot of people looked up to me. I had the meetings and stuff, and that subconsciously was like affecting me a little bit. And, you know, it was just that, I think, was the underlying reason why things were getting, you know, bad between us, you know.
I get it.
And, you know, when Swayze had mentioned that, you know, I felt that, because sometimes in an effort to find love, you try to do things that are different.
Right.
You know, and you learn a lot of things about yourself.
Right.
You know, in those moments. So it was like, is it me? Is it lust, or is it love? You know? So, yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Because
Go ahead, Sabrina.
No, I'm just saying, you got brown skin. Like, in real life, my mom is Korean. My father is Italian, Indian, and French. Italian, Indian, French, and Korean. That's what I'm mixed with.
Wow.
And when I say that, it's so funny, because people, when I say that, they're like, "You black?" I'm like, "Okay, well, whatever." You know, but I think that's funny, because, you know, if someone asks me, "You black?" Like, I'm black. On my, you know, birth certificate, it doesn't say that. It says I'm Korean.
In an effort to try to figure it out, I dated. Yeah, I dated. But.
Yeah, because in real life, like, my dad wasn't black. My mom is full Korean. So where does that kind of leave me? You know. So it just does get kind of, okay, it's getting deep now. Randall, would you stay outside of your race? You would? Okay. Calvin, would you date outside of your race?
I have and would.
Okay. Kiki wants to know, has anyone cheated?
Yes.
Yeah.
So all three of you have cheated before?
Yep.
How did you feel after you cheated?
Horrible.
Did you cheat after that again?
Did I?
Did you?
I mean, technically, yeah, but
Did
no.
you feel bad after that time too?
That would be too much because, yeah, I was experimenting with some things and
no. Nicole Murphy is not my height. I am 5'10", and when I walked into Nicole Murphy, she was like 5'6" or something like that. She was very, very short. Randall.
That's a good comment.
Well, this one.
Yeah, so I mean, so this is the thing. Like,
sure, hit that thumbs up.
You know, you learn to hunt within your environment, right? So, as I mentioned, my parents moved us to the suburbs of Massachusetts. I was literally the only Black kid in my class, like from 4th grade to whatever. Not in the neighborhood. Like, I have dated every single Black woman in my school that I could have. It was just only 8 or 9 of them. You know what I mean? Like, it was only 6 total Black kids my senior year that graduated.
You from DC or you like?
I was in I grew up in Boston, outside of Boston. So, I mean, every Black woman that I had access to, I tried to get with.
Oh.
So
did you feel bad, Randall, after you cheated?
Yeah, I was young. I didn't keep doing it though.
Okay. So you only cheated one time ever in your life?
I had my surrogate father or whatever, and he's big on first of all, it's scolding, but he's really big on like, if you're going to be in a relationship, you only want to talk to that other person.
One person.
Yeah, but now if you're dating, you know, that's fine. But if you're going to be in a relationship, you only want to talk to her.
What made y'all feel like y'all wanted to cheat when you cheated? Like, what made you feel like, I'm in a relationship with this person, I'm dealing with this person, but it's just something about Katrina over there. I mean, she was available. She was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't even got to do nothing. All you got to do is just sit there. Like, what in your head, what made you feel like that's what you wanted to do? Like, you wanted to cheat? Because I really do. I ask men stuff like this all the time because I want to know, like, what brings y'all to ruining like your relationship that you've been in for a year or 2 years, or someone that you're in love with, to just like go smash and to just bust for that one time. Like, I just need to know, like, what is it? Like, what is it?
I'll tell you why men cheat, because the thrill of the hunt outweighs the loss of losing the girl.
And men don't think that far. We don't think that far. We just don't. We're not trained to think that far, right? Like, for us, we just see what's in front of us. And exactly what Ty said, we just go after what's in front of us, right? And we'll just take the risk, unfortunately. Like, women see the whole neighborhood, we see the block. So we think we can do it. We'll try to get away with it. And that's really it. We don't think that far.
Yeah.
We can do it.
For a long time, my claim to fame, I guess you could call it my claim to fame, was I've never cheated on my girlfriend. Right? For the longest time, I have never cheated on my girlfriend. I actually tried to break up with someone because I knew I was going to cheat that weekend.
I would have rather you do that. Yeah.
I have tried to do that. I said, we should break up. And her response was, why? And I said, because I'm traveling and I'm most likely going to cheat this weekend.
Yeah. And what did they say?
The response was, then just don't cheat. And I was like, it's easy to say that, but I have already made plans. Like, you just get to a point where if you lose her, you just be like, all right.
Wow. Because in real life, this is just someone that you're just kind of dating right now.
And I'll tell you,
like, wife material. I feel like the women that are wife material are the ones that you do cheat on, you lose, and then you be like, wait a minute, that was wifey.
And I'll tell y'all ladies a secret if y'all are listening.
We listening. Let me turn my volume up. What's up?
I feel like from the moment we meet y'all, we are trying to figure out if y'all will forgive a cheater. If you let us know that you have in the past or that you could work through it, we subconsciously feel like, you know, we can get a free pass. We got one. We got one card we can play.
Dang, I think all my exes thought that too. It didn't work out too good for them though.
Right. So if you were to be like at the beginning, if you were to say like your deal breaker is cheating, I am not allowing that.
Yeah.
Then he most likely wouldn't cheat.
Oh, that's a lie. They all cheated. And I told him that. You cheat, you out.
Did they take him back?
No, I don't go backwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, if the thrill of the hunt outweighs the loss of losing the woman, if you felt like losing the woman would be the worst thing that ever happened to you, then you wouldn't risk it.
Yeah. So no, I've never cheated. I've never cheated because I don't like to be cheated on. So I don't want nobody cheating on me. I think it's one of the worst things that a person can do, being in a relationship with another person, a monogamous relationship, a relationship when they be like, you my baby, you my boo, you know, I love you, Sabrina, you the one, everything, you like better than sliced bread. And then you go, no. I don't want to ever have anyone to feel like how they made me feel. I think that's like the worst thing you can do. If that's the case, be single, smash everybody, whatever, you know, have your fun. Just don't be like out here selling no dreams. You know what I'm saying? I hate when men do that. I hate when you would get so much further. If you come to me and be like, Sabrina, look, I'm trying to date you, you know, it's 7 other women that I'm dating, whatever, you know, but I'm trying to see where we could go. And, you know, and I'm just letting you know now, like, yeah, they 7. I'm gonna drop one because I need to add it because now it's 7, so now it's 8. So I gotta drop one so I can include you. But I'm just letting you know, and I'm trying to see like where this thing could go. And I might be like, damn, I love your honesty. That's turning me on. You know what I'm saying? Because you're giving me the option to decide, do I want to deal with this or not? And guess what? I might really like him. In the process of us dating, it might really grow into something. And he might be like, wait a minute, this wifey right here, let me get rid of all these 6 other hoes. You know what I'm saying? And I might be like, let me drop these dudes and stop playing. He don't know about them. But you know what I'm saying? Like, just because he told me, you're dating. You know what I mean? So, and you just never know. But a lot of men, really, honestly, if you're honest with us, you get so much further with us. Like, because there's women out there that'll be like, I don't care about them hoes. I ain't going nowhere. You know who Krishan Rock is? If y'all don't know who Krishan Rock, I love her. She's crazy. She is out there. Krishan Rock, she missing a tooth. She deal with Blueface. That's her man forever. She got his face tattooed on her neck. Okay? That's the kind of love I want.
You know what's crazy? It's like sometimes the dude will be like, I'll accept a little bit of crazy if it's going to equal a lot of loyalty.
Exactly. Yeah. Have y'all ever been cheated on, all 3 of you?
I don't know. It's possible.
Yeah, I probably have. I just never really checked for it.
Y'all don't know because y'all don't care. We care. We will stay late. We will drive through mountains and rivers. We will take planes.
Nah, I'm not checking no phones. I'm not looking.
We're gonna buy all the mystery apps. We're gonna put the bug under the car.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna feel it. You know what I mean?
That. Yeah.
We can feel
I gotta do all that. I ain't gonna be with you.
And y'all like, she might have. I don't know. Oh my God, I feel like we just shooting it. Oh my God. We'll get back to it because I get to talking. I just be happy, because this is my, hold on. Yes, men definitely lust in the moment because I'm not going to keep y'all on here too much longer. I'm sorry, guys. Tyrone, too honest. I love it. I love that he is honest. Randall looking like, no, I don't think I like that. I don't have no idea when that. Cheating is definitely a deal breaker. And someone said something and somebody said, now that's a lie. I don't know what was said. Randall needs to move to Utah so you can have 5 wives.
Oh, I don't want 5 wives.
I have no idea.
I don't even have a girlfriend. He's talking about.
Right. You prioritize what you value. Absolutely. I don't know, because I've had certain men prioritize me and even put a ring on it. And then they cheated. I was like, what? It's happened a few times. I've been engaged to many times. Wow. And yeah, and I was like I was like, why ask me to marry you if you're just gonna cheat on me, you know? And honestly, I had this one guy tell me, he said, you know, and this wasn't my guy, but I asked him, I was like, why do men cheat? He said, let me tell you something, Sabrina. He said, I am happily married. He said, I will give my wife the world. He was like, I make such and such amount of money. I just bought my wife a beauty salon. She just got a new Bentley for her birthday. I got 2 beautiful kids. Give them the world. We live in a 8,000 square foot house. He was like, but you know what? I was like, what? He said, it is nothing like new P. He said, it's nothing like it. He said, I can't describe it. He said, I will never divorce my wife. I will never leave her. I will. He said, but I can't never give it up. I was like, wow. He said, and I love my wife. Love her.
Yeah. And I'm
sexually satisfied by her. She's gorgeous. Her body is beautiful. It's just nothing like it. And I just was like, wow.
I feel like those are conversations that you should have at the beginning too, you know, be open and honest. Because if you are honest, then it's technically not cheating, right? If she knows, or if you know, like I know couples where they have that conversation early and they're like, hey, like there's going to be other people. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Well, this lady, obviously she didn't know, but and FYI, I see you in the comments. Y'all must really, y'all know in real life, I am not trying to be Krishan and I want no blue face. Come on now. Y'all know I just be talking. Come on now. Lord have mercy. The girl just jumped out of a car the other day. What the heck?
Right.
Golly, and they're very toxic. Guess what? Been there, done that. And it wasn't me. But let me tell you, when you've been in situations where you know it's not good, and the man's putting their hands on you, trust me, I'm not gonna go back to something like that.
Have you cheated, Sabrina?
No, I've never cheated. I told you, why would I do that? That's like one of the most messed up things that you can do to someone being in a relationship. Like, I'm sharing this life with you. In every relationship I've ever been in, it was because I thought it was going to be my last one. And that's how I carried it. That's how I treated it. So if I'm in a relationship with you, Calvin, and we decide we're going to move forward with this thing, I'm thinking in my head, we're going to get married in 3 years. Calvin, what's your last name?
Garvey.
Sabrina Garvey. Come on, we're going to have pretty chocolate, baby. I want to. Like, that's what we as women do. That's what we want. That's what we do. I'm not thinking, God, I love Calvin, Sabrina Garvey. Ooh, Mike, call me. Let me call Mike back real quick. No, we're not thinking like that. I'm not saying because women be out here cheating too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't put the blame just on, like, they do it too. But yeah, me, no, because karma's not a nice word. What were you going to say?
Sabrina, as a woman, and the ladies in the chat too, you can answer. Would you prefer that your man has already had their whole phase?
I've dated men 55 and they're still hoes. So what are you talking about?
So that's a yes. You're like, get it out of your system.
Yeah.
At this
or not.
I'm like, at this point in my life, I feel like I need to go find me the best hoe. The best hoe that's out there. Like you gonna, because obviously y'all gonna be hoes. Y'all gonna be hoe. Okay, which one's the best hoe? I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that. Y'all got that? He like, I got it. You still a hoe. But you got all the other stuff. I got it. You the winner. Like that. Let me stop, because I know people like Sabrina. I should have been a comedian.
They asked us, did it ever go away?
Did what go away?
The thoughts never go away. I just feel like
it's restraint.
As you start to build something with someone, the more you start to build, the less risk you want to take.
Mm-hmm.
You
know, I cheated when I was in my 20s, and I felt stupid because I didn't even cheat correctly. Right? I got caught because they both contacted each other, and they both said to me, they both said, we knew you was cheating because, you know, you didn't want to have sex with either one of us. I was so exhausted by running around with this one and running around with that one that I wasn't even cheating properly, you know, at the end of the day. But just kind of piggybacking off of that, I think when you get to a certain point in your life as a man, like Ty said, it doesn't go away, but you kind of want that woman where you don't want to have to do that. You don't do that. You get to that space where you just want to be with that one woman, when you don't want to do that anymore, you know, and you do get that. Some men do get there. You do get there. So not every man is not like that, but you know, you get there.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm gonna find me one on Friday. So Star Red says, have you guys ever been celibate or abstinent? That too, either one.
I was deployed twice.
So.
Huh? So yes. Yes. The answer is yes.
Okay. So, but you kind of had no choice, Tyrone. Like you was in a situation where you like.
I mean, they were. I just chose not to. You know.
Right. Mm-hmm. What about you, Randall? I think we already know the answer.
No.
You've never been celibate or abstinent or just free flowing, huh? What about you, Calvin?
No. 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 I like to be able to, you know, are we gonna do this? Let's do this.
You know what? It's almost after dark.
Yeah. 4 more minutes? Oh. Okay.
Do y'all know? I think she's asleep. Do y'all know in March it will be 2 years for me?
Wow. Let's give you a hug, girl.
I need
Sabrina, are you okay? Are you okay mentally?
No. I believe somebody.
We're gonna have a round table for you, Sabrina. Come on.
For real, let me tell you something, and I'm going to say this because it's crazy, because I'm sitting here talking to you guys and I've been asking you guys a lot of questions. That's why it was so funny. I think Sharice was on with, I remember saying, I can't wait for the day that somebody really like interviews me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because leaving out of that process, honestly, how I look at men now when I go out into the dating world, it's real different. Like somebody said blink twice. Like I already had my standards and my values and my morals and stuff like that. But it was like after the process and when I chose myself, because honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100. When I chose myself and my daughter at the end, I really thought that America was going to ridicule me for not choosing him. Because I thought before I watched the show on TV, I thought that America would want me to walk into the sunset with him. They wanted that fairy tale love story. And in my head, I was like, that's what they want. And I'm about to give them something completely different. And what I'm about to give them is, unfortunately, I'm not choosing this man. F that sunset. And yeah, that's just how it was. And I was like, I'm about to be torn to pieces and ripped alive by the viewers, by the fans, by the blogs. I knew I was. And you know, leaving out of that, it hurt me so much because I really cared about that person. Like I really, really cared about him. We really did have a really strong connection. And it was just unfortunate that it happened the way that I did. But moving forward and leaving the process, and now how I vet my men, I look at it like, I guess how you say, Calvin, like, I'm like, dang, he chocolate, he's 6'3", he, you know, he said hello and it was okay. Like, you know what I mean? But it is more. And it's like, you know, and I always went by energy, like positive energy, but it's something more. And I wish I could explain it to you guys, but I can't put my finger on it. But I know what it is when I find it, and when I'm talking to a man, and when he's giving it to me, it's this feeling, not like the butterflies, because I'm talking about it could be from the very first meeting, you know what I mean? But it's like that feeling like, you know, like this is different, you know what I mean? It's different from what I'm used to, and it's different than what it was than before the show. So yeah, so but because of that is why it's March, it'll be 2 years. You know, prior to that, I've been single for 3 years now. And I said that, you know, I've had this many failed relationships. I'm 47 years old, guys. I'm 47. So if I'm 47 years old and I'm still a single woman, I had to sit back and say, well, what the hell are you doing wrong, Sabrina? You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what they did wrong, but what are you doing wrong? Like, you really need to sit back in the mirror, because obviously, boo, you're not perfect, and it's something about you. And it's not like I'm this or that. It's that maybe I'm pressed to have a husband. Maybe I'm I ignore the red flags. Maybe I don't have as much discernment as I thought that I had. You know, maybe I trust too soon. Maybe, you know, and a lot of those things changed with me as well, because my daughter started to get older. So it wasn't like she was 3 years old and she wasn't going to remember them. She was at the age where she like, mommy, what happened to such and such? So I didn't want a bunch of, you know, men coming in and out of my life too. And also too, I wanted to be the woman that I want to see her grow up to be. And that's very important for me. You know what I mean? So a lot of things definitely changed. You know, and I talk about it a lot, but I can't wait to maybe Tyrone can interview me, because I like his interview style. And
let's do it. You ready to cry? You ready to cry?
Yeah, I'm definitely ready to cry, because I'm real deep, like the journey and the roads that I've traveled to get here. And that's why when people are like, you're amazing, I'm like, thank you, I know. You know, and I don't say that, I say that very humbly, because if you guys knew what I had to go through to become the woman that I am today, I take pride in every time I say I am amazing. It makes me feel good, and makes me feel even more amazinger. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I am the woman that I am supposed to be, that I was supposed to become. But without my trials and tribulations and challenges and obstacles, U-turns, if I didn't go through those things, I wouldn't be who I am today. You know, and honey, you know, right now we having church. You know, they say one plus one is church. We ain't here having church. 230 people plus 4. Like, you know, we can make it happen. But I really do hope that Tyrone, I know on your YouTube channel, with your mental health awareness, I know we did speak on the last live as well, that you would like to get the men on from Ready to Love Miami to come on and to discuss mental health challenges tonight. We did, you know, point on it a little bit, and I would love for Calvin, and I know Randall, we spoke to you about it, for Calvin to also join Tyrone with that live that he's going to actually have on his channel. It's very important that, you know,
I would love to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I'd love to be a part of it.
Yeah. Tyrone, would you like to take over right quick? Sorry. Oh, we can't hear you. You're mute.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I would definitely interview the fellas. I definitely want to get that. I feel like the people need to see that. Sabrina, you as well. You've been on already, but you as well, like in a one-on-one situation, I think that would be really, really good, because you're always passionate and truthful as well about everything. I was actually just posting something as well. So this Wednesday, I'm going to do the 5 stages of grief first, and then, you know, we'll figure out what we're going to do with those interviews.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Would you guys like to conclude with anything? Randall, would you like to say anything?
Nothing. Just let everybody know they can find me on social media at King Randall 31. Instagram, Twitter, same name for all.
Okay. Calvin, would you like to conclude with anything?
You know, Sabrina, kind of going back to something you said, and I know you can relate to this because you look like you're a shopper, right? So, so you know how it is. It's when you walking in a department store and that salesperson is asking you, what is it that you're looking for? And you just can't tell them. You're like, they'll be like, what color? I don't know yet. What style? I don't know yet, but I know it when I see it. And you can walk around the store and you can't tell them what it is, but the minute you see it, you know it. You be like, it's that right there. That thing is the thing that I'm looking for. I couldn't tell you what it looked like. I couldn't tell you the color, but I know that thing right there fits me. I don't even need to try it on. I just know it fits. And it's the only one there. It was my only size. It's the one that fits me. And that's what it is when you find that person, right? You know,
it's kind of like what you were saying earlier.
Yeah. You just know it. You just know that thing was waiting for you. It was on that rack and it was waiting for you. You know, you were like, damn, this is my size.
I wanted to dig deeper, right? Because like you could say like a pair of Timbs is waiting for me, but then you see the new pair of Timbs, you'd be like, well, that was waiting for me too. You know what I mean? Like how do you fight being gluttonous?
Because sometimes you just have to be content in where you at. You have to find the thing for you, and you have to be content on the thing that you find and make it that thing and grow that thing. Because if not, you will always be looking for the next thing. It's like a next high, right? And Biggie said it best: don't get high on your own supply. Don't keep going for something more.
That's something that I don't do anymore. That's one of the issues that I had was I did go look. All the last 3 relationships I had, I pursued those men. Now I don't. I literally wait for the man. I mean, literally, he could have DM'd me 53 times in 12 minutes. And I'm sitting here like, ask me for my number. Ask me for. Before I used to be like, here go my phone number. Hit me up. Like, I'd like to talk to you. Like, that used to be me. But now I'm like, just ask. Like, I don't look anymore. Like, I feel like my king will come and he's going to be on a horse or a Honda. It doesn't matter as long as he has a car, you know, and he's going to be like, I've been waiting for you all my life. You the one. He treat me like gold, whatever. He fits. He's that shoe that I've been looking for, you know, but he just has to make himself known. I'm just at a place in my life where I can't look anymore. Like, I'm just kind of sitting here now, like, I'm not going to go shopping. I'm going to just sit here right here on the bench in the shoe store and I'm going to wait till that shoe come to me. It might just drop in my lap because a lady might trip and the box might fall in my lap. I'm just not going to go for the shoe no more. I'm sorry to cut you off, Tyrone. What was you about to say?
We got to get back to this, Calvin, because you seem so sure about what it is you want and what it is. Right? You seem really, really sure.
It's not really being sure, but it's being intentional. There we go. It's being intentional about what you want, right? So when you go out there, it's almost like going anywhere. It's like going to a job. It's like going to the gym. It's like going anywhere. You know what you're going to look for. And it may not be that thing, but it may be something that you can work with, something that works for you. And sometimes if you keep looking through, you'll be in that store just buying things. Ty, have you ever just went inside the store and you bought the same jeans and it all looks the same?
Oh my God.
I think about that. I think about that a lot, right? I think about that a lot. And I'd be like, man, I'm a nice guy. Like, I got a good foundation of things that women would want, right? I feel like technically you can make it work with a lot of different people, right? So I guess I was asking, like you said, and I used to say, I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'll know when I see it, right? And I'm still almost 50 and not married. You know what I mean? So that's why I was saying is you seem like you're sure about knowing what it is when you see it. So my follow-up question is that you just had 10 castmates. Who came the closest to that?
But it ain't really knowing what you see it and it's perfect. It's knowing what you see and know it's worth it.
But it takes time. It takes time to know that it's worth it.
It takes time, but it also makes sure that you're intentional, and that's what you're going after, right? Because if you're spreading yourself thin and you're just going all over the place, then you can't invest into that person. You can't really spend time to get to know that person because you got too much going on, right? And when you have too much going on, how can you really invest into this if you got all of these other stuff going on, right? So again, it may not be perfect, but it may be worth it. And that's really what you're looking for, something or someone that's worth it, that allows you to put your time into that person, right? Because as men, we know what it is when we find the job that we want, right? We know it is when we find the car that we want. We know it is when we find the house that we want. Well, what's the difference?
So I'm not saying this to be an asshole, right?
No.
I'm not saying this to be an ass.
No, go ahead, Tom.
But how is that working out for you?
It's working out great because you know what it is? Before I get to know them, I need to get to know me and what I want. So when I find something, I intentionally go after it now. Because before I was doing what you was just saying. I was spreading myself all over the place. Now that didn't work.
See, and this is why I had asked those questions earlier, to get an understanding of like you, because I like in the end, I want people to grow and I want people to understand themselves and I want people to actually understand their journey and have the ability to, like, you know, speak their truths, talk about their faults, and then be able to big themselves up because they understand their good qualities about themselves and they understand some of their traits that they need to work on as well. And it seems like you've been able to grow.
I'm still growing. I'm still, you know, because you know what,
we're gonna see you Friday, man. We're gonna make this happen.
But no,
we're gonna make this happen.
But you know, Taka said this. I've been that person longer than I've been this person. So it's easy for me to put on back that uniform. So it's really just reminding myself, this is what I have to go after. Calvin, don't forget what you said. Boy, you better stay focused. And sometimes I need people like Randall, like yourself, that be like, don't forget what you said, boy. Hold me accountable for what I said I was going to do.
Man,
and as men, sometimes we don't do that.
All right, man. I was about to ask another question that's going to kind of get out of hand.
Go ahead, Tyrone.
For your bachelor party, would you step out on your bachelor party?
Step out? What do you mean? Sleep?
You know what I'm talking about, man.
Like, you know how you have like one more ride, one more for the road.
I don't even want strippers at my bachelor's party.
They ain't gotta be strippers.
Nah, we good. We good. Nah, man. When I find that lady, man, we good. We good. Let's do it. I have, like you said, I have my whole time, man. I'm good. You can't give me nothing. After a while, yo, I'm not even gonna go there, but I'm good.
All right, Randall.
No, I'm not stepping out at the bachelor party.
Okay.
I'm having a bachelor party though. I ain't stepping out. I'm definitely gonna have it.
Okay, understood. Yeah, likewise.
So, Calvin, let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram, Calvin_King_Garvey, Facebook, Calvin Garvey.
And Tyrone, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Ty Wilson 21 everywhere: YouTube, IG, Twitter. Yeah. See y'all Wednesday. It's gonna be during the day, Hump Day. I think I'm gonna try to claim Hump Day for the mental health stuff. So just announced it. We're gonna talk to 5 stages of grief during lunch on Wednesday.
Cool. All right. All right, guys. I am Miss Sabrina Soul, and if you go down to the description box below, all my links will be down there. If you have not liked this video, it is 210 of you still in the chat, only 131 likes. I'll give you a second. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up for me because you know you enjoyed it, because you was in here with us and we had a great time tonight. Thank you for joining me, Randall, Calvin, and Tyrone for our Ready to Love Miami meet and greet after the reunion. And don't forget to tune in on Wednesday, because Randall and I will be here on The Missing Link as he discusses his journey of Ready to Love how he got started in the process and where he is with his personal training career and how he got started with that and what's going on and how you can book your appointment so you can get right and tight for next summer. All right, guys. Anyway, other than that, I thank you so very much. And coming very, very soon as well, maybe tomorrow night, but I will post it. The next meet and greet we will have will be with Sharice and Kayla. Anyway, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, I would so